Hello and welcome to Bajinxed, and today we are going to be doing a few OU battles with a Sword Stance Mega Venusaur team, which is a team I've just been challenged to build around by my friend, and we're going to have a look at the team first and then see what it's like. So the main kind of win cons of the team are this Mega Venusaur set, which I'll show you now. It's a bulky set, it's got some investment in special defense and HP and a lot in attack because it gets access to some great physical moves, and Mega Venusaur actually never gets enough credit for what it can do physically. It gets Power Whip, 120 base power, unfortunately only 85% accuracy, but we can go with that, and Earthquake, which is used to covering Heat Ramp, so that's really nice. It can also help it beat by Sharp. Now, Mega Venusaur's weaknesses are obviously Psychic types and Flying types, and Bishop is kind of the perfect counter to this, although I'm just going to change that to Sucker Punch. I decided to use Bishop as my Stealth Rocker because not many people really expect it from the Pokemon, and I feel like it is completely underrated as a Stealth Rocker. It gets Defiant, which helps me clear the stuff, which means that Pokemon can't defog the Stealth Rocker so that it sets up. And Knock Off is a great stab move, Iron Head, great for checking for Fable, and Sucker Punch is great for helping out with Highlight. I noticed that I was now quite weak to kind of Fire and T-Flame in general, really, because it kills Venusaur and bones Bishop. So I decided to use a offensive Heatran set as a check to T-Flame. Fire Blast, Flash Cannon, standard stabs. Ancient Power helps me beat out T-Flame itself because it completely walls its stabs and hits back 4 times super effective. And Earth Power is great for covering things like any switch-ins, like T-Tar, well, that gets decked by Flash Cannon, but other things like Excadrill that can come in really easily on it, and other Heatrans. And Lando T is a great Scarfer that gets access to some great moves. It's quite good defensive and offensive typing, with Ground being a great type in this meta game. So that's a really standard set. Keldeo is great because I realised I was really gonna die to a lot of Pokemon, and Keldeo really helps me out. The sub, Calm Mind, Secret Sword and Skull set really is incredibly helpful. I needed a defogger, and Zapdos provides a nice little kind of niche on this offensive team. So let's get into some battles. Alright, we found a matchup, and it looks like a kind of Spike Stack team with Mega Medicham in the bag, and a Voltone core of Rigamosh and Lando T. Pretty solid team, but I think we can do okay. So considering that they're probably going to lead with the Fortress, I'm going to lead with Zapdos, because it can defog any hazards that it sets away, and also come in and Heat Wave. So this is my new channel, essentially. I'm going to be uploading completely Pokemon stuff, maybe the incredibly occasional Mario Kart video. I found my Dazzle, and I don't have the software, the Elgato software anymore, so I'm going to see if I can get a hold of that, and if I can't, then I can't. So I make a misplay on the switch-in, which is kind of annoying, but I'm actually going to go straight into Keldeo here, because Keldeo forces this out. He goes to Stone Edge, I resist the Stone Edge, I feel like he's locked into this and he now has to switch up. And he actually just leaves straight away, so I'm going to put my timer on. And hopefully that is going to be a win, easy win. Alright, so essentially basically what happened is I just sat here for 2 minutes while waiting for that guy to kind of timer out, so we're going to go find another battle. I really want to get a sweep with this Mega Venusaur set, it's quite fun, although Keldeo is genuinely kind of a more effective win con, but oh well. So he's probably going to lead with the Absol, or the Mienshao. Okay, he actually leads with the Milotic, and actually that's a really bad situation for me, because I've accidentally gave him a really good advantage. I'm going to U-turn out straight away. I feel like he's either going to go for the Scald or the Ice Beam, so I'm going to go right to Keldeo, which he can't really do anything to. Actually, he sets up the Aqua Wave, and that's going to be giving him health back every time. I'm going to set up my Substitute. He Dragon Tails me, which I feel quite fortunate that I managed to live that one. and I'm going to be able to get a Calm Mind off at least. Now Dragon Tail, I'm glad I set it the sub, because Dragon Tail, there's no way it's kind of KOing me very quickly, so that's really easy for me to deal with. I'm going to hit it with a Secret Sword, and see if I can get quick damage on this thing, because otherwise it could be pretty annoying for me. Alright, so you see the power of Keldeo there. He actually goes with a Scold, and really, I wouldn't have done that, because now Keldeo just kind of sits in and Secret Swords him again, and I'm definitely going to be able to get a KO here, probably, because he can't really switch into anything. At this point he may as well just fodder his mons. It would hit Absol super effectively, Drapion for neutral, Mienshao for neutral, but that has very low defenses, and the same with Gudra. He can't really switch anything in. So really, I'm going to be killing this thing and taking some burn damage, but that's fine with me. At this point, I also outspeed almost every single one on his team apart from Mienshao. So let's just see what he brings in. And I'm going to be doing a lot of these kind of request team videos. I'm going to see if I can... I'm going to see if I can kind of get some requests from friends and stuff and do some fun teams. I like building teams, I'm not very good at it, but it's something I want to improve. So if you actually have any suggestions for this team, feel free to put them in the comments or anything, or PM even if you know me. I'm actually going to go straight up for another Secret Sword, because that is doing a lot of damage. And in fact, I managed to survive, so that means I'm going to get yet another hit off. And this Keldeo set is really bringing me some good stuff here. Instead of going for the Secret Sword this time, I'm going to go for the Scold. I feel like I'm going to be able to net a kill with it easier. Drapion doesn't threaten me at all. He has no priority, unless he's running like Sucker Punch, which is possible I guess, but I don't see why you would. He actually switches out to the Scizor, which is actually, I'm really glad I went for the Scold. And I do die, but I've completely demolished his kind of sweeper, so that's really nice. I can go with Lando now. And he actually has nothing to straight up resist the Stab Choice Scarf Earthquake, so I'm just going to be able to finish his Scizor off. Yeah, there's some other things I'm interested in building with. I'm interested in building with, if possible, a kind of a Vivillon team, if possible. I want to get a video with that, like a massive Vivillon sweep, that'd be really cool. And this guy has brought in Mienshao right now, and I'm not really sure what to do here. It's probably going to fake out me. That's not my biggest issue. I'm going to bring in the Venusaur because it resists the high jump kick. He might go for the Ice Punch, but I don't know. He actually goes for the U-turn, which is not amazing for me, but with my set, I can probably deal with him now. If he brings in the Drapion, I have a really good chance to get an early KO. He brings in the Gudra. I have a feeling this guy is Sab set for Gudra, so I'm just going to Synthesis up here and see what he does. Alright, he's dropped a Flamethrower, which he actually managed to get a crit, and I'm not really happy with that damage roll, so... but what I am going to do is I'm going to Soul Stance because I realise that he can't really hit me now. He's actually going for a Flamethrower again, and I get a Soul Stance up. He might go for the Draco Meteor now, and that would actually kill me straight off. But I'm faster for some reason. I believe it's a speed tie, so that's really helpful for me. I'm actually going to be able to Earthquake him right now, and get a good solid 61% off on him. This set is actually really nice to use. I'm taking more damage than I'd potentially like to, but I am very much kind of outstalling him, so... It's a bit stally at this point. He misses his Draco Meteor, and that's huge for me because it allows me to completely heal up to full health and just take the Gudra out. Now at this point, 2 times attack, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I've got 5 mons left. And Mienshao comes in, and I'm gonna Synthesis here because I believe I can live any hit, even a U-turn, so... because the U-turn will be doing neutral damage, and he misses his high jump kick, which is pretty lucky for me, and I believe all I need is an earthquake really. At this point I don't really need to be relying on the stab move Power Whip for any damage. Actually right now I have a couple of choices. He might predict me going for Synthesis, so actually I'm going to go for Power Whip. He went for the Thunder Wave, and I go for the Power Whip and I land it, and that's a straight Oko, so that's really nice. And unless he kills me with Drapion right now, this turn, yeah, Mega Venusaur just got a sweep with the Soul Start set, so that's really nice. This was at a kind of 1200 rating, so it's not even like completely dead ladder, which is kind of nice really. But I hope you've enjoyed this kind of sweepy video. If you have any suggestions for the Pokemon you would like me to use, or to build around, then feel free to suggest them. Any tier. If you have something really interesting for me to build around that you want me to use, then feel free. I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to subscribe or leave a comment. Bye!